Good morning, students. I welcome you all. In the previous video, we were studying force, work, and energy. We saw what is force and different types of forces. We were studying about frictional force. We saw how friction is helpful in our daily activities. So, let's continue the remaining part. But sometimes friction is harmful for us. Let's see how. It makes machines less efficient. It slows down machines, makes them hot, and causes a lot of wear and tear. They have to work harder to overcome the friction. So, in this case, energy is also wasted. So, continuous friction between the body parts of a machines makes it less efficient and it damages the body parts. So, in these conditions, friction is harmful for us. Now let's see how we can reduce the friction to make the machines work longer. First, by using lubricants like powders or oils and grease. The moving parts of machines, they are oiled and greased regularly to reduce the friction. By using rollers or wheels. And third, by using ball bearings. The next, we use sprinkle powder on a carom board to reduce the friction. Use of carom powder reduces the friction and makes the surface smooth. Third, wheels are used in vehicles to reduce friction. The grips present in the tires reduces the friction and allows the vehicles to move freely. And at last, ball bearings are used in ceiling fans, bicycles and vehicles to reduce friction. They are placed between the moving parts of machines to reduce friction. So, by using these methods, we can reduce frictions. Our next topic is work. So, let's see. Work is said to be done when a force moves an object in the desired direction. It means that when we apply force on an object, it should move in the desired direction or it should displace from one position to the other. Then only we can say that we have done the work. If there is no displacement, then the work done is zero. अगर ऑब्जेक्ट में डिस्प्लेसमेंट नहीं होगा तो हम कह सकते हैं कि वर्क डन वहाँ पर क्या है, जीरो है. In this picture, you can see that a porter is carrying weight on the top of his head and he is moving from one position to the other. So we can say that here the work is done. Second example is a student carrying a bag to the school. Here the force is applied on the bag and the student moves from home to the school. So here also the work is done. दोनों ही केसेस में ऑब्जेक्ट जो है डिस्प्लेस हो रहा है एक जगह से दूसरी जगह, इसलिए हम कह सकते हैं कि वहां वर्क डन हो रहा है. वर्क इज सेड टू बी जीरो व्हेन एन ऑब्जेक्ट डज नॉट शो any displacement even after applying the force. It means that if there is no displacement in the object, the work done will be zero. Let's see the example. You can see in the picture that a man pushes a wall, but he is unable to displace it. So there is no work done. Since there is no displacement, so the work done will be zero in this case. Similarly, we can say that sleeping, reading and thinking, they are not considered as work in science because no force is applied in these activities and no object is moved. Hence, work done is zero. Our next topic is energy. So, what is energy? Energy means the ability to do work. A body is capable to do any type of work if it has energy. You know that various types of energies are there in the nature. Examples: solar energy, wind energy, water energy, etc. Basically, energy are of two kinds. They are potential energy and kinetic energy. Let's study about them. Okay, so the first energy is potential energy. It means stored energy. So, if a body has stored energy, then we say that it has potential energy that is waiting to be converted into power. Let's see various examples of potential energy. First, stretching a rubber band. When you stretch the rubber band, you store energy in that. So, it has potential energy. Second, water at the top of a waterfall. It also stores energy. Third, yo-yo held in your hand. This also stores energy because of your position. Next is the drawing a bow. In all these activities, energy is stored in them. So we can say that they have potential energy. Human beings get energy from the food they eat. So the human body converts the food into power which can be used to do any type of work. Next is the kinetic energy. It is the energy of motion. So if a body is moving, we say that it has kinetic energy. The amount of kinetic energy depends upon the mass and speed of an object. काइनेटिक एनर्जी किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करती है? ऑब्जेक्ट के मास और उसके स्पीड पर. अगर मास ज़्यादा होगी तो उसकी एनर्जी भी ज़्यादा होगी. A bus has more kinetic energy than a car if both are traveling at the same speed. Why? Because bus has larger mass than the car. Next is the machine. A machine is a device by which a small force applied at a convenient point can be used to overcome a large force at some other point. In simple language, we can tell that any device which makes our work easy, we can call it as machines. For example, a student uses a sharpener to sharpen the pencil. Here, the sharpener is a type of simple machine which makes the work easy for the students. Next, a carpenter uses a screwdriver to drive a screw into the wood. Here, screwdriver can be called as a machine because it makes the work easy for the carpenter. There are many types of simple machines: lever, inclined plane, pulley, wheel and axle, screw and wedge. These are some of the simple machines we are going to learn in this chapter. Next is the lever. It is the simplest machine. It's a fixed bar that can turn around a fixed point. लेवर क्या है? यह एक सिंपल मशीन है जो कि रॉड के टाइप दिखती है, जो एक फिक्स पॉइंट से मूव करती है. What is the use of the lever? It is used to lift heavy weights with the least amount of effort. A good example of a lever is a seesaw. It consists of three parts: fulcrum, load and effort. Lever consists of three parts. First part is fulcrum. The fixed point on which the lever moves is called the fulcrum. So this is the fulcrum. fulcrum लीवर का वह पार्ट होता है जहाँ से लीवर जो है मूव करता है. Second is the load. The weight that the lever lifts or moves is called the load. It's a scientific name for weight. You can see in the picture, this is the load. Load means वह weight जिससे लीवर जो है लिफ्ट करेगा. Third part is the effort. Effort means the force applied on the bar to do a job. Just look at the picture. Here is the place where we apply the force to push down the bar. So we call it as effort. These are the three parts of a lever: fulcrum, load and effort. Now let's see classification of lever. Based on the position of fulcrum, load and effort, lever can be classified into three types. किस बेस पर हम लेवर को क्लासिफाई करते हैं? फल्क्रम, लोड और एफर्ट के पोजीशन के बेस पर हम लेवर को क्लासिफाई करते हैं। दे आर फर्स्ट ऑर्डर लेवर, सेकेंड ऑर्डर लेवर एंड थर्ड ऑर्डर lever. First order lever. Here the fulcrum is between the load and the effort. First order lever में fulcrum load और effort के center में रहता है. You can see in the picture, in the pair of scissors, the fulcrum is present at the center. Seesaw is also an example of first order lever, where the fulcrum is present between load and effort. Second class levers. Here the fulcrum is at one end of the rod and the effort is applied at the other end. The load lies between the fulcrum and the effort. Second order lever में fulcrum एक एंड में होता है और जो है दूसरे एंड पर लगाया जाता है. लोड जो है fulcrum और effort के बीच में होता है. Wheelbarrow is an example of second order lever where the load lies between the fulcrum and the effort. Last is the third order lever. Here the fulcrum is at one end of the rod and the load at the other end, and we apply force between the fulcrum and the load. थर्ड ऑर्डर लीवर में fulcrum एक एंड में होता है और लोड दूसरे एंड पर, और एफर्ट जो है फल्क्रम और लोड के बीच लगाया जाता है. ब्रूम, ट्विजर्स, टोंग्स एंड फिशिंग रोड्स, दिस आर द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ थर्ड ऑर्डर लीवर वेयर एफर्ट इज अप्लाइड बिटवीन द फल्क्रम एंड लोड. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट सिंपल मशीन्स. The first simple machine is the inclined plane. This is the design of the inclined plane. It's a plane surface set at an angle other than a right angle against a horizontal surface. What is the use of inclined plane? It makes it easier for us to move heavier objects from a lower level to the higher level or vice versa. Inclined plane use करके हम हेवियर ऑब्जेक्ट्स को लोअर लेवल से हायर लेवल की ओर ले जा सकते हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ इंक्लाइन प्लेन आर स्लाइड्स इन ए प्लेग्राउंड, विंडिंग रोड, गोइंग अप ए हिल, रैम्प्स फॉर व्हील चेयर्स एक्सेट्रा. नेक्स्ट सिंपल मशीन इज द स्क्रू. व्हाट्स ए स्क्रू? इट इज एन इंक्लाइन प्लेन दैट इज रैप्ड अराउंड ए सिलेंडर दैट हैज ए शार्प पॉइंटेड एंड. स्क्रू भी एक इंक्लाइन प्लेन होता है जो सिलेंडर के अराउंड रैप्ड रहता है और जिसके एंड्स जो हैं पॉइंटेड होते हैं. व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ स्क्रू? दे आर यूज्ड टू लोअर और रेज थिंग्स. ड्यू टू द स्पाइरल ग्रुप्स दे आल्सो होल्ड ऑब्जेक्ट्स टुगेदर. फॉर एग्जांपल वी कैन फाइंड स्क्रूज ऑन बॉटल कैप्स, कार जैक्स एक्सेट्रा. नेक्स्ट इज द वेज. It is a simple machine used to separate two objects or portions of objects by the application of force. वेज जो है एक सिंपल मशीन है जिससे हम दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स को अलग अलग कर सकते हैं. दो इंक्लाइन प्लेन्स के मिलने से वेज बनता है और जहाँ पर ये प्लेन्स एक दूसरे से मिलते हैं वहाँ एक शार्प एज बनता है जो किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट्स को अलग कर सकता है. Axe, knife, blade, stopper. These are the examples of wedge. Next machine is the wheel and axle. Wheel and axle together they make a simple machine. You can see in the picture that the axle is connected through the center of the wheel. Axle है wheel के center में present रहता है. Force जो है हम या तो व्हील पर यूज कर सकते हैं या तो एक्सल पर यूज करते हैं जिससे हमें रोटेशन मिलता है. इससे हेवी ऑब्जेक्ट्स को आसानी से मूव किया जा सकता है. स्क्रू ड्राइवर, स्पिनिंग टॉप, बाइसिकल व्हील एंड कार स्टीयरिंग. These are some of the examples of wheels and axles. The last machine is the pulley. You can see in the picture that it consists of a grooved wheel with a rope around it. Pulley is a machine that is used for lifting a load straight up. पुली से हम क्या करते हैं, किसी भी लोड को सीधे ऊपर की ओर लिफ्ट कर सकते हैं. Let's see how it works. You can see that the grooved wheel, it is fixed to a support high up. Then the rope goes around the wheel. The load is fixed to one end of the rope and the effort is applied downwards at the other end of the rope. The load and the effort move equal distances but in opposite directions. लोड जो है रोप के एक एंड में फिक्स किया जाता है और फोर्स जो है दूसरे एंड पर अप्लाई किया जाता है, जिससे लोड जो है ऊपर की ओर मूव होता है. लोड और एफर्ट जो है इक्वल डिस्टेंस कवर करते हैं, लेकिन दोनों की डायरेक्शंस जो है ऑपोजिट होती है. Some examples of pulleys are raising a flag on a flagpole, drawing water from a well, workers loading goods in a crane, etc. These are some of the simple machines which we use in our daily life.